This is a quick tip for people who do old world style chips, and I don't know how common of an issue this is for people, but I think it could be relevant for people who come up with their own unique designs, something to be aware of related to the shape of the chip, the angle of the deepest part there, and that's understanding the relationship between how tight of an angle that is and the, I guess, pointiness, the angle on this part of the knife that you're using to get down in there. And, you know, not everyone has kind of a separate knife like this, and so you might have a chip carving knife that looks like this, kind of a standard shape where it's a pretty tall or thick from the blade to the spine there. And for a chip like this, a nice wide obtuse angle, that's not going to be an issue. You can see I can easily draw this knife in and match up and carve that out. But for a shape like this, that's a bit of a tighter angle, and you can see I can't get this blade in there. It's too thick, and this angle on the knife is wider than the angle on the chip. And so really it comes down to that. You need to make sure that for whatever knife you're using, the angle at the tip that's going to be down there, you don't have any old world style chips that are a tighter angle than that. And so it's easy to kind of just lay the knife in here and see the back part of that line disappears behind the knife, which means that's not going to fit in there to carve, as you can see. And so for a knife like this, that fits in there just barely, and so again you can see that that's pretty much the same angle. And with this one, it starts to kind of curve. It's a nice straight line, and then about here it kind of swoops up, and so that could potentially be an issue if it's a tight chip like that and a bigger one. You know, that could start to run into it. But even for something as tight as this, I'm not able to get this knife in here. You can see I have that same issue, that the back part of that chip disappears behind the knife, and if I kind of just run the blade in here, I get to the bottom and I can't get in there. And I actually did this a little bit, and you can see the knife disappearing, the tip in that wood that kind of ripped, that I can't use this knife to get that out, at least not real cleanly. So something to keep in mind, like I said, if you do your own patterns for designing old world style chips, just to keep in mind how tight of the angles you are relative to the knife that you're going to be using to cut those.